On today's episode of Cardio with Carrots, we are having a potato party! So we are going to make a creamy mushroom potato casserole. Comfort food made healthy. Let's dig in. To start, we are going to work on our potato cream sauce. So bring a medium pot of water to a boil and then drop in about 4 or 5 cups of chopped, skinned, peeled potatoes. I am using some regular russet potatoes. You're gonna boil those for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're nice and tender. While the potatoes are boiling, we are gonna work on our mushroom layer. So heat up a large skillet with a little bit of olive oil. And then we are going to drop in 3 cloves of minced garlic. Let that cook for about a minute until it's nice and aromatic. And then we are going to drop in 1 big bowl of chopped yellow onion. For me, this was actually 1 big yellow onion, but you could use 2 or 3, depending on the size of your onion and how oniony you want your mushroom layer to be. So cook that on a low heat for about 5 to 8 minutes. The onion should become a little brown and a little bit more translucent. Meanwhile, your potatoes should be boiling away. Next, we are adding our mushrooms to the skillet. I used 2 big packages of white button mushrooms that I sliced up. So mix it all into the onions and let that all cook down for another 5 to 10 minutes. A good idea would be to cover it and let it all get nice and juicy. Once your onions and mushrooms are all nice and juicy, it's time to add our seasonings. First up, a whole bunch of cumin, and then add some heat with some paprika and some red pepper flakes. And then the usual, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Mix it all in and then let it cook down for another minute or 2 to get nice and marinated. At this point, your potatoes should be all nice and tender and done. So drain them, and next we are going to make our creamy sauce. Drop all the potatoes into a big blender. And then first up on our flavor train is some liquid smoke. So just a couple of drops. And then next, about a 1/4 cup of just plain old yellow mustard. And then a tablespoon of arrowroot powder or potato starch or cornstarch. Next, a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. And then you are going to add some almond milk. Now you start out with just about 1/2 cup, and then slowly you're gonna add it in later as you blend it all up. And of course, salt and a little bit of pepper. And then last but not least, some nutritional yeast for that cheesy golden flavor. So blend it up and then evaluate the consistency. If it's not creamy at all, add a little bit more milk, but again, just in small doses. Also give it a little taste test to make sure that there's enough nooch or salt and pepper. After it's blended, the consistency should be all nice and creamy, just like a nacho cheese. And as a final addition to our mushroom onion layer, we are going to add a quarter of a bunch of parsley chopped, and then 3 sprigs of green onions chopped. Mix it all together and then let it cook down for about a minute or 2, just until the greens start wilting. And now we are going to scallop our potatoes. So you're going to take another 4 or 5 medium-sized russet potatoes, peel them, and then just use a mandolin to slice them really thin. Be careful with those blades. Mwahaha! And now to assemble our potato and mushroom casserole. First, grease a casserole dish with some olive oil or some spray. Next, you are going to line the bottom with some sliced potatoes. And then add a layer of that delicious mushroom onion mixture. And then pour that golden delicious creamy potato sauce on top. Repeat with a layer of potatoes. And then, of course, a layer of mushrooms. And then, of course, finish off with that delicious creamy potato sauce. Yum! And then last, for an extra crunch, sprinkle on some panko breadcrumbs. Then pop it into a 425-degree oven for an hour. First 30 minutes uncovered, and then the last 30 minutes, once it's all nice and crusty and delicious, boil it on top. And it should end up looking all nice and goldeny and delicious. Look at all that crunch, and look at all those layers. Yum! Ah, the potato, so versatile, so nutritious, and so delicious. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And for the full recipe, check out www.cardiowithcarrots.com.